Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? So much cool stuff to show you today. So much cool stuff. All right, let's start sharing screen. Up, up, up. Share. Somebody give me a sound check. Tell me hello in the room. Say you're feeling me. Who's in the room here? All right, everybody coming in, coming in, coming in. I'm not going to start the show until everybody crawls in because I got so much cool stuff to show you. First of all, oh, actually, you know what? Let me kill this. This. I don't want to show this. I want to show. Where's my other thing? Ah, damn it. Is this the one I want to show? This is the one I want to show. See how nice and clean this is? All right. Hi from a hero. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Juan. Como va, everybody? Where's Miguel? Where's the Toreador? Is he here? Oh, Miguel's not here today with us. Mel, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, Greg is here. Everybody's here. All right, guys. This thing just keeps getting awesomer and awesomer and awesomer. I cannot tell you how much fun I'm having trading this thing. So let me kind of dive into it. All right, first of all, order number one. Everybody got the links, right? Everybody got the what I call trend fade and the move fade links, right? Who does not? Who in this room does not have the links with me? Okay, Greg got it. You've been pretty easy to put them on, right? Super easy to stick them in, right? All that stuff. Everybody's down for it. I actually, I kind of like who's it? It was Karen who just kind of turned me on to this. I actually think that for what we do, it's much better to disseminate, because everybody else in the room, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're not really following my stuff until we go formal and explain everything. It's much easier to disseminate the link this way because I actually did it for myself. And it's super easy. You just click on it and you got it. You don't have to wait for me to activate you and give you access and stuff like that, right? I think it works a lot better, right? Anyways, so here's my layout. You guys are seeing my screen, right? You seeing the MNQ on it? I just want to show you what I did on my layout that I think is the way that I want to trade right now. So I took the fade ideas off it. Just you can trade them also, but first of all, it clutters the screen tremendously, and secondly, I find I just want to trade with momentum for the time being because that's been our primary directive from moment go, and we know that momentum we know that mean reversion is a super lovely, interesting, fun thing to do. The money is always on momentum, right? Momentum is the stronger strategy. So I just wanted to trade momentum as much as possible, even in like a mean reversion territory. So I took basically breakout strategies and trend momentum strategies as our primary layout. Okay, doesn't mean that fade, we can't make fade work. I just want to work on the two strongest ones. So first order of business, what works on breakout? What works on breakout, right? And in my opinion, the only, in fact, not only the single best, but just I would say the only breakout strategy that I would follow is forget the undulating highs and lows of the moving average envelopes. I mean, they're beautiful, they're nice, and they certainly help you kind of orient yourself into higher highs and higher lows. But ultimately, guys, the whole thing distills itself to one very, very simple, clear method, in my opinion, which is, and by the way, the new algo, which I already have, it's working fine. Oh, hang on, let me just double check this. Did this work? Hang on a second, I just want to see something. Just bear with me a sec. Oh yeah, that worked. All right, cool. Yep. The only rule you really want to make yourself is is the current strong breakout, I'm going to go to the long side, then we'll do the short side the same way. Is the current strong breakout signal? So I'm over here. You guys, let me get big on this, right? You guys with me? Let's get super big so you guys can really see it. Right? You see this signal right over here? You guys with me? And you see the line? Let me just, maybe I'll make this line Alt H. So this is the line, right? So the only question I want to ask myself is the low of my current strong breakout signal above the high of the prior current breakout signal? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. That's the only thing that determines higher high breakouts. Okay? Is that clear? Everybody sees this? If the answer is yes, then I am confident it's a 75 to 80% trade. I'm 80% confident this is a winning trade, which means that if I'm trading with a 1-to-2 ratio, if I'm trading 10-5, or I'm trading even 10-20, I have an incredibly strong chance of beating my break-even points. That's how confident I am if I just answer that one simple question. If I go the other way, and by the way, is the low over here higher? Of course it is. Look at this. So like 1, 2, and we can just go on endlessly on the chart. I don't need to show you all the examples. I'm running this on the algo. It's already working on FX beautifully this way. So the breakout strategy is just that. And do you need me to show you the short example so everybody's clear on the short example? You guys want to see the shorts? So should we just do one short so to explain? Okay. So what's the rule set for the short? Where am I? Okay, so here's the rule set for the short. I think this is right. Okay. So here is the short, right? And on the short, the only question I want to ask myself is the high of the new short lower than the high of the old short? The old short, not anything else. The old short, strong break to the Santa, right? The answer is yes. There's not much juice left here. It's not a lot of momentum, but it's enough. It's 45 and it goes all the way down to 34. So it's enough. It's certainly enough for for a 5-10 trade on a 1-minute chart. And and that is very much what we do. That's all we want to do on the breakout side, right? So that leaves us with very few but really good quality trades. There's only like 2 trades. There was 1 trade to the short side. There was 1 trade, 2 trades to the long side. There's 3 trades since 4 o'clock this morning. Every one of those trades a winner. Okay, it's exactly what you want. You just want that rule set. Now, the next thing we want to look at is trend buy, trend sell, right? You see, and I changed it to like a T buy, T sell to make it very interesting. And here a couple of super interesting ideas. First of all, this is a sort of a really interesting little discovery I realized. So we know that equity markets are upward biased, right? I mean, we've talked about this forever. That even in the worst 1970s equity market, the bias was like 52 to 48, and these days the bias is like 70 to or like 65 to 35. Like, I mean, just sort of like some, or 57 to like 43, some like an 18-19% bias, meaning up days to down days, right? We talked about this. I don't have the chart in front of me, but I actually even wrote an article about this. Actually, you know what? We can find the article in 60 seconds. Let's find this, because it's worth just understanding why there's just such an upward bias, and then why that's, by the way, I wrote a really good piece. I actually must say, I really wrote a good piece on inflation, disinflation, and deflation today. I highly recommend you guys take a look at it. Okay, so what the hell is this? See all strategy stories. Okay, let me find it. The home team bias, there it is, read more. Ah, man, where's this thing? No. That's not what I want. Ah, man, where's this article? Sorry, guys. I really just want to find this article. Where the fuck is it? Oh, day trading short is a sucker bet. That's the one. That's the one. Okay. Okay. So we can see in this particular column, 57 to 42, just absurdly huge differential to the upside, right? Really, really strong upward bias trade, right? So that means that this takes me back to like what the hell I was talking about. I was talking about the trend, the upward trend. So here's a perfect example of what I have in mind. So we have a trend buy. My argument is you don't trade trend buy. Like if we get a trend buy signal until you get if you get a green candle on a trend buy, yes. If you don't have a green candle, you don't trade it because it could just mean a complete, flow to the, to the downside. In other words, just a complete decline to like just an endless decline against you. But if you get a green candle against trend, now you go long. So we're long here, and it's already boom, 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 boom. I just wanted to show you this is. I'm counting this because it's part of my thesis. But we're long at 25, 27. It went to 30 right away. It may even push a little bit higher here. My point is that when we time the trend buy signals, we only want to be in those trend buy signals that are either green on candle or green post candle, right? And how, the question is, how long do we give ourselves? I would say no more than 2 or 3. If there's no green, maybe even 2. If it goes too beyond, like over here, well, this here, by the way, this just fails. I mean, this is a simple fail. You could I don't mind if the T buy signal is neutral. This is a neutral candle. I will take that. Neutral or green is a buy signal for me. But here's a good example. This is a candle red. If it goes 2 more red against me, I just forget this. I just forget this trade. I don't take this trade, right? But here it's a green candle. I take this trade right away. Here it's a red candle, so I wait for the green candle to confirm to me. If it happens, I run it. If it doesn't happen, one more red candle and I'm just out of the trade. So here's a red candle. I wait for a green candle. Green candle over here. It happens. Good. I'm good for 5. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's I'm trying to explain it visually because because it's very, very cool. But so that's the upward bias. Let me know. I want to see a show of hands as to you guys understanding what this is saying. Remember, this is tiny 1-minute time frames. So, and look at that move, Jesus. So it's not like we get the luxury of having 20, 30 points off this particular signal. But if we are modest enough in our intentions of just making 5 points, there's a ridiculous amount of 5 points. Ridiculous amount of 5 points you could have collected just in the last couple of hours. Let's just go through the chart. 5 points. No points because it's passed up. 5 points over here because I'm going to go on the flat candle. Okay, -10. Okay, I get stuffed on this one. 5 points. 5 points. 5 points. 5 points and 5 points. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Either 5. So it's either plus 25 or plus 20, and then these two offset each other. And this is just in the last 2 hours. I made 25 NASDAQ points or 20 NASDAQ points in 2 hours. If I'm making 10 points an hour and I trade, you know, 4 hours, that's 40 NASDAQ points at this kind of pace a week, a day, or 200 points a week, which is an absurd amount of points. I'm being ridiculous, but you guys get the idea of the possibility of profitability here by just kind of using. And this is not counting the breakouts. I forgot that we got like another three. We have another 15 points in breakouts. So overall, we actually like 40 points between breakouts and trend trades. So that's just how that sets up on this particular structure that I think is super interesting. The sell side is a little different. The sell side actually is a little different. On the buy side, we can afford worse execution, because remember, if we're coming in on red and we're waiting until it turns green, we're actually coming in at a higher price, so worse price, right? But we can afford that because of the upward bias of the market. That's what I was trying to kind of say, that they were just trying to simply say, I'm looking for the upward bias of the market. That's why I could afford getting worse execution. On the sell side, I can't afford worse execution. On the sell side, the only time I want to do a trend trade or trend sell, and let's go find some trend sells, is when I have if I'm coming in on a green candle, right? If I'm coming in on a green candle, because only then do I have, or a green or a flat, but ideally, honestly, I just want a green candle, because only then do I have. And even though, in this particular case, yes, a couple of times it definitely works. I'm coming in off of a red candle. It definitely works. Most of the time, I want the highest high in that particular segment to give me the best chance of success on the sell, right? So if I'm selling here, I'm in good shape. I get stuffed over here, but remember, this is a very unusual sell. It's coming off the absolute bottom after a very, very long-term decline. This clearly is sort of like the weakest sell trade you would ever make, and I would certainly probably have passed on it on a discretionary basis. But let's find, here's a trend. So here's the reason why you want to do trend sells off the green, because you don't get, remember, it's an upward bias market, so the sell-offs are going to be relatively shallow. You don't get that many, that much. You kind of snooze, you lose. So you sell this, you take it back over here. You sell this, you take it back over here. That's pretty much all you get a lot of times. If you try to wait for the red, you're pretty much selling into the bottom on a lot of these retraces. Even in very, very steep sell-offs, it's amazing how, yes, like here's another green one. You come in on the green one, you get your sells. You come in on a green one over here, it goes a little bit against you, but you survive the move here. It's what, 35 to 39, and then it drops like a stone, right? The point being is, when you're trading on the sell side, you want kind of the absolute best price. When you're trading on the buy side, you want a confirmation of the buy trend you want a confirmation of the buy trend restarting, and you can afford the slippage, because there's much more potential to the upside than there is a lot of times potential to the downside, is what I'm trying to say in my very stumbly manner. But hopefully you guys understand that. Is that clear? So, within those constraints, you have 1,000,001 opportunities every single hour on a lot of these instruments, right? And let's just look at this structure on NAS and Dow now. We took our 5 points on the Dow right now. We don't have, actually, on the NAS, we don't have anything on the Dow here. Here's a good example. Here's a good example of my confirmation of the idea. First of all, strong buy break on the Dow. Of course, that's a beautiful trade. Let's imagine you're going to do two separate trades. You're going to do a strong buy trade for a 1020 over here. You're going to do a T buy trade. You wait until you get the green candle. Don't play for the red ones. You wait till you get the green candle, confirmation, boom, you're in like Flynn. You have a T buy on the red. You wait till you get a green candle, boom, blows up like a balloon. So you get the idea. You wait for the confirm. If you have the green candle, take it. And by the way, look at I'm just the Dow is just a fount really, really easy trades to the upside, so it's interesting, to me, it's interesting to kind of examine this and, and see how well it trades on this particular method. Definitely more trades, definitely more fun. The whole idea here is, remember, what's interesting here is we have a very, very defined risk, right? Last week I wrote about understanding, in my column I wrote about, it's very, very important to understand how you fail, right? And we know exactly how we fail. If we get a V-shaped move, in other words, breakout and then a complete V-shaped reversal, we fail that way. On a trend buy, we know that if we get a sort of a fake confirmation, which really doesn't happen a lot, but a fake confirmation is when it turns green and then just rolls over and dies over on us. Also doesn't happen quite a lot. I guess it happens maybe in a very, very choppy environment. We know how we fail. But then the second question, which is really a lot more important, is know how you lose. And that's a very, very different question from knowing how you fail. Your setup will, there's a very specific and clear and knowable way that your setup will fail. How you lose very often is people, don't appreciate it. What happens, at least for me, is people double up, triple up, or they widen their stops. And so what happens is they have a whole series of winners and they have one huge loser, and that's how they lose. By understanding that there's going to be 1,000 trades and there'll be small losses along the way, you stop losing by adding to your losers. You just move on to your next trade. You're like an insurance company. You sell. I really structured my trading because that's comfortable for me. Now, you need to structure the trading very comfortable for you. But it's very comfortable for me to trade like an insurance company, which is tiny, tiny little profits, lots and lots of small wins with very, very clear defined losses, right? Insurance companies never write unlimited policies. They're always saying, here's the capitation. What's the capitation clause? That's just a fancy word for saying where's the stop loss. And they never lose more than a pre-planned amount on a particular person. Same thing here. And they know that, and the reason why they don't care about that is because they know they're going to sell 1 million people. And if one guy dies, they couldn't care less because they got 1 million other guys who are alive that they can sell policies to. Sorry to be so crude, but that's, if you're a business person, that's kind of how you're thinking. You should be thinking the same thing. If one trade dies, you couldn't care less. If 2 of them die, couldn't care less because you got about 100 live ones standing in front of you, which can offer you profits. And so to me, that's the real beauty of this setup, is that it offers you the possibility for multiple trades in a highly consistent manner, right? So here's a T cell in a very, very strong market, and obviously just plows right over. Not one I really would have taken. I'm also a lot more like, I'd rather be taking sell signals in a down tape and just ignoring the sell signals on an up tape, because generally they're not going to be that great. Because again, we have upward bias, right? We're in upward bias structure, so we want to be trading that in this particular way. So let me know. I'm just waiting. I'm just watching everything else over here right now. Nasdaq turning back up positive. Nasdaq, by the way. So if we turn positive, turn to breakout, clearly the breakout is going to be above the prior breakout. Should be a decent signal for us. Let's see if that works. Okay, so this is positive trend. I think this is going to be the first candle post positive trend. Wow, it's really like just blowing up. What a turn in the market today. Complete change in attitude and sentiment. All right, Yeah, so this is the new level to beat. So now we got to see this. It's a very stretched out market. I mean, this is going to be a tough take, breakout to the upside because it's already very stretched out. But it's to our rules, so we got to stay with it. We also may get a trend buy here if it starts to come back down. What's my trend buy is set, by the way, to the 4 level, which actually means you have to have 5 consecutive. Is it 4 or 5? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 4. It's 4. He fixed it. So it's 4 consecutive lows. So if I get 4 consecutive lows here, followed by a green candle, I'll definitely trade it. Tomorrow I'm gonna tomorrow it's Friday. We'll do a preview of the algo, so you guys can play around with the algo that does the breakouts. The algo doesn't do any of these fade trades because it's only designed to do the breakouts. So I'll show you how to configure that, and then I'm going to try and I was thinking I'm going to start all day long. I'm actually not trading the algo for my futures. I trade point and click. I really like trading point and click. I have put the algo on the FX just to kind of gauge, where the points of weakness are, just on the breakout move, where the points of weakness are, where it's really the main reason why I'm running it in experimental mode is because I'm trying to see if the 1-minute chart is too noisy for FX, or whether with a certain profit and loss structure it can actually work. And so far I'll let you know. It's going to have to run it for about another week on the FX side. But what I was going to say is I actually want to start up. I want to open up a MT5 8-cap demo and just live trade with you guys on a point and click, just to show you exactly how I do it myself. And kind of starting next week, I have this idea of doing the power hour where I just live trade. Instead of just calling out the trades, I'm just going to live trade off the demo. We'll see if that works. I don't know if it's always problematic, but we'll see if I can get that working properly. For now, the main thing is I think you guys are getting my calls and getting my ideas. So far, what do we have? We got nothing going on here. So has not broken out, which is actually pretty good. We would like the consolidation, because consolidation means that they can coil up for further upside energy if the buyers come in and want to take it to higher levels and and run it that way. So I'm not like averse to this. Let's go take a look at the oh, this is just a straight up move, so there's just nothing we can do here. Just a straight up move here. I don't want to go to FX right now, just because I don't want to just too much distraction. Oh, I think let's just stay on the indices, because I know Connie loves the DAX. Look at the DAX, by the way. Connie, look at the DAX. Holy shit! Look at the T buys on a DAX. I mean, they're like beautiful. 1, 2, 3. This one doesn't. This one will wait till this one, and then actually extends a little bit out. This one wait till this one that extends out. This one, let's say we pass it up because it's more than 2. This one is beautiful. This one is we wait for this one and it extends out. I mean, it's just the DAX is just a one-way ticket to paradise today, but it's really showing nicely, like super clean, right? Oh, hey, Jesus, I'm talking and we just blew up. Okay, we got this. Why is this not coming up? Okay, we're gonna get long this thing once it clears the oh man, it's so slow here. Okay, we got the signal, just waiting for the candle to close. Gotta hold. So that's another big question. We have to see if it can hold. Okay, long 75s, let's say. And we're right there. And we're right there for the 5 points. There you go. Another 5 points for the breakout trade if you're trading that. And, another good trade, right? Who played at home? Who's playing at home? Raise your hand. All right, good job, good job, good job. And we could do more. I mean, we can all do more. Now that I'm sort of settled on the entry criteria, a big project of ours, not of me because I can't fucking do it. I'm hopeless, but a big conversation project of ours is going to be, and maybe we'll bring Karen into this, is how do we milk the exits? Can we trade with a 1-2 exit? Because obviously about 1 out of every 4 trades, about 25% of our trade signals are literally 50 points, not like 5, but 50. That 10x 10 bagger trade. And there are people with patience and completely different psychological profiles than me that could benefit from that 10 bagger entry. So we'll start working on that because at this point, I'm very, very comfortable with our entry criteria. I'm very comfortable with them. And I think, that will create a possibility now for us to work on the exit ones as we get into the summer. Does that make sense? So, Connie, I think from now on, since we're going to basically, trade indices on the power hour, right? Because it's too much confusion to try to trade FX on the power hour. I think what we should do, and I think I'm going to do this, is we're going to make it a troika. Where's my DAXI? Where's my DAXI? We're gonna put the CFD. We're gonna mix cats and dogs. Where's my DAXI? Oh shit! Where's my DAX? Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna put the DAX in here as our troika. And actually, everybody's got Bitcoin on their platform except the US people, right? By the way, if you're trading, Peter, we may be the minority, but we rule the world. Okay, Peter is saying, don't forget that you're a minority U.S. traders. Okay, just like everything is on New York time. Don't you know the world revolves around New York, and you guys adjust accordingly. No, so I'm kidding you. So the other thing I was going to say is the next asset class that's just beautiful for this, and we can actually put this into our basket because I'm trying to kind of configure. And I know what you guys are going to want me to do, which I hate, but I'll put it in here just because everybody wants. I'm going to put our power hour basket of like literally everything that we want to trade, that you guys trade, which I think this would be like a good mixture. I mean, obviously this is all U.S. futures that nobody cares about. Actually, you know what? We can put this on the bottom. So put the 10-year, the S&P and the Russell to the bottom because nobody, that's just for my own edifice. And then we have NASDAQ, DAX, Bitcoin, gold, right? That's a pretty good basket. You guys down for that? Huh. Oh man. Oh, sorry guys. I just got a note on my miserable Pomeranian that seems to be anemic, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with him. No oil. Now, we'll hold off on oil because it's already overwhelming for me to have to deal with all this crap. But I mean, look at Biddy. This is Biddy on a 1 minute. Obviously, 1 minute chart is crazy. But so where am I? The strong break on the low side, does that beat the strong break? Yeah, look at this. So if we take the strong break here, Bitcoin, you have to trade with at least 100. I mean, on a 5-minute, it's almost academic, because I don't think anybody, the spreads are so wide in this thing that even if you had 100 target, 200 stop, probably most platforms are trading it like 50-point spreads. So, I don't think you could really trade this on it's just not a tight enough product. I think you'd have to trade this like maybe on a 5-minute chart. But if you want to do this academically, certainly, the breakout here worked, right? The trend buy here, this was the green, this was red, this was red, this was green. You would have waited for the confirm. 510 against I don't know, it's like a 200-point stop. Well, I don't know, was this, you bought 510, 540, it's 300. You would have gotten stopped on this just on I think at even at 200, it's got to maybe you got to trade it with 200, 400. That's how volatile it is. Maybe that's the only way to trade it is 200, 400. Like literally half 1,000. Well, half 1,000 is your stop, because that's what it is on Bitcoin. Like half 1,000 is your stop on Bitcoin. So like gold is obviously a lot tighter, and gold is a lot easier to trade. Karen, what would you trade gold as on like a 1-minute structure? Although look at these spikes. Look at this insanity. I don't think any of these non-liquid ridiculous assets. I think you got to trade this on a 5-minute chart. If you trade this on a 5-minute chart, this all works beautifully because it eliminates a lot of that noise. So this is a sell against this sell. It's just a little bit above this, but if you let it slide, you could have taken this trade to the short side. 15.75, $4 stop, which puts you at around 19. You survive the stop and you come back down to a $2 trade. You certainly made that move, right? The breakout you wouldn't have taken, but the T buy right over here, 4.2, boom. T buy 4.2, boom. Very, very capable of finding good trades. Coming back here, gold was in a big sell-off mode yesterday. This wouldn't have given you a sell signal because these are basically the same sells. The other thing is, the one thing I will say about this is you cannot program this. Can't program this. You have to let experience tell you. So this is a 5-minute chart, and this happens quite a lot in like the non-liquid pairs, and especially when you're looking at a particular time frame. So what happens is, so here you have a sell break in gold, according to our structure, and you get a second sell break, which looks like a great sell. But first of all, this is Asia. It's 8 o'clock in the morning Asia, the most illiquid time for any kind of a signal. Secondly, you've had a very, very big move. So essentially, this just sells the bottom. Like the danger of having very, very large differential between the two points creates what I call sell the bottom. Actually, the algo, I believe the algo has a mini maxi function. So you could say, okay, if the difference between here and here is like $10, which I think it is, what is this? 20, or maybe it's $5. I mean, whatever. This is a huge. No, I think it's from the. It's not from the price action. It's from the moving average. So if you did the moving average, it'd be from here, 30, down to 16. It's certainly more than $10. Then you just pass up on a trade. It's just too wide a differential. Ideally what you want is break and then like a $5-10 pause. This is on a 5 or 1 minute chart, and then a second break. Then you have lots of room for further declines. So that's how it goes. What else? Bitcoin, gold, Deutsche Mark. Oh, let's go back to NASDAQ. Let's see if NASDAQ's not doing anything right now. Just kind of hanging in there. Maybe we get it. The only interesting thing for us to do right now, both in the NAS and the Dow, Dow is not quite giving it to me. I was looking for a trend buy signal, but it's kind of just, it's bottoming out before the 4 consecutive declines. So yeah, I mean, that's another good thing. Karen is saying that she only trades gold like during the power hour. So maybe that, so maybe that's, we'll start looking at it. I can't guarantee that it's going to give us some good trades, but we can certainly start looking at it. Just give it a shot, see how it goes. Let's see what the nothing going on here, guys. Oh, you know what? I mean, we should put ETH on there because ETH is actually more interesting than Bitcoin at this point. Also, not as rich, so therefore, hopefully, the spreads are tighter, and definitely respecting technicals really well, nicely. Look at this. Here's a T buy on this candle over here. So you get this candle. Be waiting till you get the green ones. 38.42 goes all the way up to like this could be traded with a 50 target, 100 stop, nice and clean. This might be like actually a much better instrument. I can see why it's getting a lot more volume and trade here. Look at the nice clean differential between the strong break. Here's a strong break here, clearly nice and clean. Boom, 22s goes all the way up to like 58s. 30, I guess a 30-60 kind of a trade. Really nice on ETH. Definitely works. Anything else on your mind, guys? Anything you guys want to look at? T-buy in the DAX. Let's look at a look. The indicator is this indicator is only for trading view. Yes. Oh yeah. Here's a T-buy in the DAX. Sorry, Craig. If you see that, just blurt it out. I guess you're trading it. So it's 82, 10 points in the DAX, nice and clean. Wow, the DAX has just been a monster. Holy cow! How do we miss all that? I mean, we have to start paying attention to the DAX. But yeah, it's a monster trade. Yeah, good job. I see it. Craig, where are you located? UK. Okay. You know what? All right, we might as well do where is it UK FTSE 100 CFDs? Might as well look at the FTSE. I mean, if we know that we're very index centric because that's where it really works best. Although the FTSE is much quieter today. Well, also big. Look at the FTSE too. Jesus, all the European markets really turned around with the Nasdaq. I mean, wow, look at this. It's been just like it's like gift. Just a ton of T-buys. Yeah, Peter, I am using it to trade futures. I use AMP Futures, which is the only futures platform in America that lets us trade MT5. So everybody who's in my room who's American trades A&P futures. You don't have to, you could trade it like Interactive Broker, stuff like that, but you can't do it with, you can't use our tools because we have MT5 trading tools. Right. But we, all my programmers are MT5 programmers, and we've created all these tools. I'm actually gonna, one of the things I'll do is when we go on the demo for 8cap, everybody has seen me trade this a long time ago, but I'm gonna go try to come back. I stopped doing it because it was just distracting me too much to just trade, to make physical trades and then call out the market. It's much easier for me just to call out the market now. But I'm going to see if I could try to integrate physical trading with calling out the market. I'm getting nothing on the yeah, and so Connie, to your question about like getting this, with the end game for all of this is for us to create a scanner that, I mean, and it's very easy for Daniel. We know exactly how we already constructed all the indicators. So for us is to have like this global scanner that's going to give us, it's going to tell us, oh, DAX is setting up on a T-buy, or FTSE is setting up on a strong break. All those indicators eventually are going to go into a single scanner platform. It's going to be very cool. So I'm just looking to see if we get any more final trades here, but it doesn't look like we got anything setting up. Really impressive reversal today. So I think we can wrap it up. I got to run because I'm going to be at the Money Show today, guys. If you're interested, doing a presentation, and I got CNBC today, so I'm going to be a little bit backed up with all my stuff. But I think we got it down to a really good place here. You guys, let me know how it goes. Let's see. We might have. What do I have? 1, 2, 3. Let's wait. Let's wait for the last couple of minutes. Let's see if we can get a 4 signal T-buy here, and then a reversal back up. We'll see. We're getting a T-buy. Let's see. So one of the things that I like about this particular situation is, you see that this turned from a buy into a sell, right? Like a really hardcore sell off, and there's no reason to step in front of a train right now. I mean, the beautiful thing about this approach is, okay, are we getting into a profit taking slice? If we are, then we're just going to step aside, let the sellers do their thing. If the buyers can kind of stop the sellers at this level here, then maybe we'll step in. It's already to me, once it kind of drops out of the buy zone, like the T buy is deep out of the buy zone, especially after you've had a very, very strong trend, it's a little problematic. But we'll see. This seems like maybe the buyers are coming back onto this candle. Might be worthwhile to trade this. We'll give it a shot. So we have 765. Let's see if this candle holds. All right, let's come in at 75. Let's see if we can get 80 out of it. 81, kind of good. 82. All right. So if you came in 77, 78, it still was good for like 5-6 points. That's about it. This is a very, very tight little trade because it's already so sold out that all I would want to take is 3 or 4 points out of this move, and that's it. That's all you can do. I would not be hanging. I would by no means would I be hanging around this trade right now. It could stabilize here, but it can also flush. That's why I was very, very skeptical about the real possibility for extension. I mean, they may hold it back. They could rally it a little bit, but if you have even 2 or 3 points banked in, just take it. Just going to watch the next. Let's just watch an S candle. I mean, they're good. They're rallying it. Almost anybody who's in this trade should have at least banked 3 or 4 points. I took about 5 on the entry, and there they are starting to get up. So good. From me here, it tells me we have a T buy on the DAX. Yeah, I missed it. We're watching a NASDAQ. So this T buy over here is 92. We're already 3 candles into the move. So it's already made the 10 points. Did you take that trade? You got 5. Good job. Good job. See, that's the thing. You guys, which one, on the DAX, Connie, or on the NASDAQ? NAS. Good job. And from here, you got 5 on the DAX. Good job. And Karen, did you get anything on the DAX or on the NAS? Oh, and look at this. While I'm like, maybe it's not going to go down. Look at this. It just exploded. So, it really made some nice money. Yeah, NAS really exploded. I was a little cautious on the sell-off, but it's still very good setup. Just money in the bank, babies. We had didn't do anything on the the Dow today because we just I was late. Didn't do, I can count from a hero's 5 into part of our arsenal, and we definitely did at least 15 on the NASDAQ. Just at least 15, probably about 20 overall. So good trades all around. Thank you, guys. Power hour in the can. Tomorrow we take a look at the. We'll trade a little bit, then we'll take a look at the EA, and just configure everything further. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Everybody have a great day. I got to run and go deal with everything. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.